I back up my reef aquarium with a ECOFLOW Delta MAX attached to my fridge as well. So just a standard fridge. And I do this because I store fish food into the freezer section, right? So, you know, you got your LRS foods and stuff like that. It can be kind of expensive. So I want to make sure this portion, and bless my family to let me keep this in this compartment. One of the issues is that there is either some kind of firmware issue or an algorithm problem on these devices. I have these running on the AC system. So AC power goes directly through here and then it goes down into the fridge. And this is exactly how I have the reef set up. Recall basically is saying that we need to do a firmware update. Now I'm curious about how the firmware update, I'm a little always worried about running a firmware update on my reef tank because then everything gets shut down. And then it's got to be put back online to run diagnostics and to do its rebalancing of the batteries for about a half hour. At least that's what's stated on the ECOFLOW email that I received. So I'm going to test this on my fridge first. Go into the app, you go into, it's going to pop up a window and it's going to tell you immediately when you select, you know, on this one I have fridge. As soon as I select fridge, it's going to pop up, say, hey, there's a firmware update. Go ahead and go through it, and then it'll do its thing. So I want to do it on the fridge first before I do it on my main reef because I don't want to have any issues with the life support system on the reef tank. Okay, so that update, I just ran it right now. Literally only took less than 40 seconds. Depending on your internet speeds, that might be, you know, that might change. But on mine, it took 40 seconds. I didn't unplug the fridge. I didn't unplug any of the power cords. I didn't even feel or hear the fridge turn off. So it's already back up and running. So I might go ahead and run this on the reef and make that update. So here's the reef version of it. I've got the main unit down here and I have the extra 2 kilowatt battery up here. And the reef then connects to here. Excuse this mess. We're moving things around in this room. But basically, I wish I could hide these. I mean, they're not the most aesthetically pleasing. But so it's here and it's connected all the way to over there. So everything is connected to this. So it allows me to run that system full blast for 4 hours. But then I can switch off heaters and stuff like that if I need to get more time. So I'm going to run that test, or I'm going to run the update right now on this guy. Might be a little bit longer though than 40 seconds like it was on the fridge because I do have the extra battery. So let's see how that works, and I'm crossing my fingers. All right, so the unit updated. Right now it looks like it's rebalancing the extra battery, the extra 2 kilowatt hour battery that's on top of the main unit. And I can hear the fan spin up on it. And it's inputting and it looks like it's recharging to top up this battery. So according to the firmware, there's going to be some balancing that's going to be taking place between these two components. But through that process, again, it was a little bit longer than it was on the fridge because this guy probably is attached. But the reef tank over there never shut off. So I didn't unplug anything. So it looks like it's fairly safe to do that. And I've got it on the app. It said those are successful updates. So I'm glad that was very simple. You can see on here right now, my aquarium is pulling 509 watts. So this is pulling directly from the grid. So 547 in and 540, well, it's fluctuating, 509 out. This fluctuates because of the pumps. But anyways, so yeah, so that worked out. So I'm actually quite happy with that. If you do have one of these, especially the latest version, make sure you make the upgrade.